And hello everybody, welcome in my new channel Banner&Blade.
And hello everybody, and today I want to make a review from a Black Templar about the new Black Templar Codex. Now I'm a little bit sick, so I won't show my face. And sorry about maybe the bad video quality. I'm doing my best to bring all the information to you that is possible. And I believe everybody must have a whole load of questions. Because yes, I was also questioning and questioning until today, finally received the Codex supplement, and now we know, and I will let you know exactly what's in there because we're gonna go through it together. And also, I will share, of course, my opinions with you about this wonderful book. Now, let's not wait too long and let's open this bad boy. You see, I have my Black Templar brothers in the back there. Yes, this is my working station, let's say, so it's a little bit messy, so please don't mind that. So, here we have it, guys. Black Templars, oath sworn and unmerciful. Let's see, what is the content I will show to you. Crusaders of the God Emperor. Yes, my brothers. So here we have the index. I hope you can read it. I won't be naming all of this. We'll go and skip through the important details of the information. Now there's also wonderful um, artwork in here. Now this is something you've already seen before. Crusaders of the God Emperor. Faith in the God Emperor burns with an unquenchable flame within the souls of the Black Templars. It fuels a zealous wrath and a knightly devotion that is impossible to hold back or escape. They wage a never ending and all consuming crusade against the Emperor's foes. Hatred and repugnance drive them on, fueling one shockingly violent assault after another. For those they denounce as most abhorrent, there is no offer of redemption or even a merciful death. The heretic, the alien, the mutant, and the witch, none are spared the blade of or the pyre at the hand of these righteous executioners. Scions of Rogel Dorn, the Black Templars exemplify their Primarch's unflinching will and stubbornly unwavering clarity of purpose. In them is the spirit of the Emperor's original legions kept alive. For they are his internal crusaders. They bestride the stars like avenging paladins, the fount of their faith a lit brazier that illuminates all their foes would hide. With zealous fanaticism wedded to the superhuman genetic gifts of the Emperor, none can stand before their fury. To the Black Templars, there is no ambiguity in the galaxy. It is the Emperor's by divine right. Those who dare deny this fundamental rule by word, deed, or existence cry out for the sword's edge and the fire's scares. The Black Templars, they offer both. Now, I'm not gonna read all the amazing story in here, but there's definitely, worth buying. There's amazing lore in here, amazing artwork. Now, there's this artwork I've already seen before, but there is a lot more to this book. It details the various crusades: Armageddon, Morsius, Kedmin, Heimdall Crusade, etc. And here we have a beautiful map. Now, who doesn't like maps? Everybody likes maps, I hope. I do love maps, and this is absolutely amazing. It is really, I'm so happy to get this book today. And yeah, this is one of my most favorite of all time John Blanche artworks of the Black Templars. One of the artworks that completely sold me to this army. Heirs of Sigismund. Yes, sir. For the Emperor, death to the mutants, kill the Xenos, burn the heretics. Yeah, so I am going through the Codex as a review, but mainly we're going through the rules because that is, of course, the most important thing. But I also wanted to show you a little bit of the inside of the book. Now, this is definitely the best in depth review of the entire book, but I think everybody will still have something to take away from this video. As somebody who mainly plays Black Templars, I think I can give a very insightful opinion what I think about the changes that have been done, and I really wanted to make this video as I got the book on pre-order and I posted it on social media, and I got a whole load of questions about the points costs, etc. So that's what I will share with you as well. This is for the combat patrol. So the combat patrol for the Black Templars, well, actually, fuck combat patrol. Anybody who plays combat patrol is a goddamn loser. Okay, I stick to 2,000 points. That's my way to go, and I prefer higher. So 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 points. That's where I want to be at. I don't like the 1,000, 1,500 or whatever points. These are the data sheets for the combat patrol. So as I said, fuck combat patrol, we don't care. The forces of the Black Templars. It is said, only in death does duty end. This is indolence, laxity. Your very bones you must give unto the God Emperor, that your brothers might fashion them and bear them unto war. Your soul must fight ever on, though it walk now behind the veil, for your oaths unto the Master of mankind are not so easily set aside. So here we come to the most important details. I will try and make some picture of this, but let's go through them one by one. So the new army rules. On the eve of battle, the Black Templars gather to be led in prayer and contemplation by their champions. United in the hatred of the foe, they swear a mighty vow to uphold in the battle ahead. If your army faction is Adeptus Astartes, at the first battle round, select one of the following vows to be active for Adeptus Astartes units from your army. While a vow is active for units from your army, the unit has the associated ability shown below. So, we probably know from before we had the same vows, but they had different rules to them. So, actually, I'm very unhappy about losing the Feel No Pain. You know, the Oath of Moment is one thing, but I mostly played with a break of 10 Terminators with the 5 plus Feel No Pain, and then Grimaldus with 20 Crusaders with the 5 plus Feel No Pain. So personally, I will really miss the Feel No Pain. So if we go backwards to forwards, if we see uphold the honor of the Emperor, which was before the 5 plus Feel No Pain, I will read it on to you. At the end of your command phase, if this unit is within range of an objective marker you control, that objective marker remains under your control until your opponent's level of control over that objective marker is greater than yours at the end of a phase. If the mission you are playing features actions, this unit is eligible to start and perform an action in a turn in which it advanced. Now, sticky objectives for a melee army is very good. I was always using intercessors, regular intercessors, to sticky objectives because once you get on a bit objective with a melee unit, you want to push on. If nothing is attacking you, you want to push forward and you want to keep attacking. But if you can't sticky the objective, that is very hard. So sticky objectives is very good. Now, if the advance and do an action is incredibly good, I doubt it. I think it can have situational very good. I use it all the time. Intercessors used to have with their and scouts, by the way, with their assault used to be able to advance and do an action, but it's very important to note that that is no longer possible in the new data balance data slate. So uphold the honor of the Emperor, sticky objectives, advance, and do an action if you can. Suffer not the unclean to live. This unit is eligible to declare a charge in the turn in which it fell back, and each time a model in this unit makes a pile-in or consolidation move, it does not need to end that move closer to the closest enemy model, provided it ends that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit. Now that is very good actually, but also yeah, you need to use it very strategically and situationally. But the piling consolidation rules are always very good for melee armies. This is definitely not the vow that I would choose myself. I would go for Uphold the Honor of the Emperor with the sticky objectives or the following that we will discuss now, and that is accept any challenge no matter the odds. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, if the strength characteristics of the attack is less than or equal to the toughness characteristics, target add 1 to the wound roll. So that basically means, yeah, I've tried to get it in focus, but it ain't working. I'm very sorry, but that basically means you get +1 to wound for your entire, all your infantry, melee infantry. I guess that will, well, it says that each time, yeah, this is for adapters Astartes units, so it counts also for vehicles. So also for example, dreadnought, melee dreadnought. Man, why do I forget the? So it's not the ballista, it's the brutalis. And then we have Abhor the Witch and Destroy the Witch. And this one actually looks pretty fucking awful. It says each time this unit declares a charge, if one or more of the targets of that charge have the Psyker keyword, you can reroll the charge roll, and melee weapons equipped by models in this unit have the precision ability. Now, I'm not even gonna spend more words on that. That is just absolutely shit. Fuck that. What the fuck have you done? Goddamn Games Workshop. We had 4 plus anti-psyker 4 plus, and you turned it into this, which is absolutely fucking retarded. You take away my goddamn feel no pains, you take away everything I have. I cannot activate a second vow with a CP, and the vows are words. They're all words, so that's my personal opinion. All the vows are words. So this is a nerf. It's not an upgrade. It is not a balancing of shit, because we were already doing bad. This is just a nerf. Now, the detachments, which, honest to God, I want to be positive, but I am disappointed, gentlemen. I'm very disappointed. So we have companions of vehemence. Yeah, and there we have the rule that you can reroll advance and charge rolls made by adapters. Start these units from your army. Now, I'm going to be very positive that that's actually pretty damn good, but as the only ability for this detachment, I think it is a little bit lacking. Although as a melee army and as a Black Templar player, I am absolutely sure that everybody who plays Black Templars and failed their charges and didn't have the CP to reroll the charge, that is absolutely horrible, and that can win or lose games. But you can also always roll those snake eyes one time after another. Now, what do we have for enhancements? So in Chaplain or Judiciar model only, Incendiary Anus, Animus, model only, improve that's going well with the execrator, this Animus thingy. God damn, man. Jesus Christ. Models only. Improve the armor penetration characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in the bearer's unit by 1. Oathbound Exemplar. Add 1 to the advanced rolls made by the bearer's unit. If the mission features actions, the bearer's unit is eligible to start and perform an action in a turn in which it advanced. Amazing. Does not really. Yeah, so chaplain or judicial model only, merciless denunciation. Model only. Each time a model in the barracks unit makes a melee attack, you can reroll the hit roll. So that's a good one. You can give it to somebody and you can reroll all the hit rolls. So to a chaplain or judiciar. So with an execrator or with a judiciar, it can be very good. And you can give a unit Scout 6 with the Zealous Vanguard, which I think they just deleted the Scout 6 from the Crusader squad. So I don't know why you would take this. It's stupid. But it actually says models in the bearers unit have the Scout 6 ability. So that would mean that you can give a whole unit Scout 6, which actually that's pretty decent. And then we have some stratagems. The first stratagem is called Devout Push. Until the end of each until the end of the phase. Each time a model in this unit makes a pylon or consolidation move, it can move up to 6 inches instead of 3. And that can be absolutely massive and game changing, but again, it is very situational. And the more so actually, but it brings a danger in the game for your opponent, where they have to now see that they put other units away 6 inches at least. So yeah, but yeah, anyway, three more than 3 inches away, so people can't pile in or consolidate into you, right? We all know about that. Hearts hardened to duty. In your fight phase, just before, adapt to start this unit from your army consolidates. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a consolidation move, it does not need to end that move closer to the closest enemy model or the closest enemy unit. If the Suffer Not the Unclaimed to Live vow is active for it, and then we have the next one, and that is for the Emperor's Honor. Now, this gives your whole unit for 1 CP precision, but I think that is also a thing in Gladius Task Force. Now, with Pious Amnesty, and by the way, I think the wordings are amazing. The names they have: Companions of Vehemence, Oathbound Exemplars, Zealous Vanguard, Heresy begets Retribution. It's just the most awesome names for the most awesome faction. Thank you very much, Games Workshop, for that. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a melee attack that targets an enemy unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. If the target is a monster or vehicle unit, you can reroll a wound roll of 1 as well. So that is actually a very good one, since you don't have the access to the oath anymore. So Pious Amnesty is actually, yeah, rerolling once for 1 CP can be very good. Heresy begets Retribution. One chaplain or justiciar unit from your army that is within 9 inches of that enemy unit and that is not within engagement range. When do you do it? Your opponent's movement phase. Your unit can make a retribution move. To do so, roll d6. Models in your unit move a number of inches up to the result, but your unit must end that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit. So this is actually just rebirth of the Devout Push, and Devout Push is now something else. Yes, very confusing. Dread Crusaders. In your opponent's charge phase, adapt to start this infantry unit. The enemy unit must take a battle shot test and subtract 1 from the result. Yes, sir. Because you get scared when the Crusaders run up into your face. And here we have the Vindication Task Force. Now, I don't know who came with the Vindication. You hear it constantly with the Valrak. And here we have the Vindication Task Force. Now, personally, when I saw the reviews, people were very negative about this one because it's supposed to be built around the new model. But let me tell you this, I fucking love banners. I have a lot of banners. Have my own personal ancients. I was already playing with a lot of ancients in the past. Now I am making my own Templar ancients as well again, so I have a lot of banners, as you can see. Banner here, banner there, banner everywhere. I love banners, 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 and more banners. I love them. That is a knightly army without banners. It's not an army. Where are the banners? We need more banners. This is awesome. I think this is my favorite one, the Vindication Task Force, because there is a freaking there are enhancements that give your models a 5 plus invuln. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I want. There is an enhancement that gives your unit a fucking deep strike ability, which is absolutely insanely amazing. And each time an attack targets an ancient unit from your army, if that unit is within range of one or more objective markers and the strength characteristics of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristic, subtract 1 from the wound roll. So that can be amazing. Now, I've always been running my Black Templars in big ass units. You take two ancients, three or even three ancients. You make two squads of 20 Templar Crusaders and one 10 man unit of your sword brothers, and you just push on the field with them. You just delete, and they get they can get the extra toughness from Grimaldus. But actually, I'm not sure. You'll probably not be able to add the ancient. But what you can do is you run the ancient together with the marshal in the unit. You can run the ancient together with Halbrecht in the unit, and that's gonna be very, very, very good. Absolutely good. I think actually this is a very good detachment. So you can also have a detachment that models select the barriers and immunity, subtract two from the charge rolls. So you can subtract two from other people's charge rolls. Each time an enemy unit is selected to charge at the barriers unit. That can be very, very good. If you have a unit with somebody in there which you don't want to be charged, that's very good. And the Crusader Ancient, where the bearer is leading a unit. Each time you roll 1d6 for the bearer's Vengeful Exorbitation ability, add 1 to the result. Warden of Honor. So we need to take a closer look at the Ancient and then we can come back to this one, but I think that's actually pretty damn good. So we have stratagems, refusal to yield, and the target is an ancient model. Any phase, just after an ancient model from your army is destroyed. At the end of your phase, set your model back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed, but not in engagement range. And you cannot do this two times. And it is only 1 CP, so that's actually very good. Does it say with how many wounds? With full wounds remaining. So that is not bad at all. And that can really turn around some situations, if for example scoring an objective or whatnot. So we have litanies of purgation, fight phase, adapt to the start each unit until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack, if that model's unit is within range of one or more objective markers, or the target unit is within range of one or more objective markers, improve the armor penetration characteristics of that attack by 1. Not bad, but we already had access to that and not limited to being near an objective marker. This one is very good. Spur of the Unholy. Finally, the Templars have a stratagem that rips ignore cover. So in your shooting phase, adapt as a starter's unit. Weapons equipped by models in the unit have the ignore covers ability. And you can ignore any or all modifiers to the attack, ballistic skill, weapon skill, and the hit roll, which is very, very good. This Spur of the Unholy, 1 CP. Reclaim our honor in the opponent's shooting phase. Until the end of the battle, each time an Adeptus Astartes model from your army makes an attack that targets the enemy unit, add 1 to the hit roll. Can be very good if you want to take out a big ass knight or a big target. Recitation of the Revered. Your opponent's shooting phase, one ancient from your army that was selected as the target of one or more attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Per vivid intervention. One adept is a starter's unit from your army that is within 6 inches of one or more enemy units and would be eligible to declare a charge against one or more of those enemy units. If it were your charge phase, your unit now declares a charge that only targets one or more of those enemy units and you resolve the charge. Note that even if this charge is successful, you do not receive any charge bonus. Now, we go to the most amazing name ever, the Godhammer Assault. The fucking Godhammer Assault Force. Shock and awe. Each time an Adeptus Astartes unit from your army declares a charge, if it disembarked from a transport this turn, after selecting the targets of that charge, select one of those targets. The enemy must take a battle shock. Each time a model in an Adeptus Astartes unit from your army makes a melee attack, if it is disembarked from a transport this turn, add 1 to the hit roll, which it basically buffs units a little bit when they come out of the transports, which I think it's not really great. And well, yeah, we will go through the enhancements, and I think I will make a second video to go through all the data sheets and the points costs, because that is also very important, but I'm probably not going to be able to fit it within the video and not make the video too long and too big of size. So Paragon of Fury model only at 2 to the strength characteristics of melee weapons equipped by the bearer, which is actually pretty good. And each time a melee weapon attack made by the bearer is allocated to an enemy model, if the bearer disembarked from a transport this turn, add 1 to the damage characteristics of that attack. Now, actually, it is very important to go through the data slates from the units as well, because actually I've read through it quickly, and Sword Brothers, etc., they have some movement shenanigans, so there might be a whole synergy in this detachment, which I'm not seeing at the current moment as I've never played it either. Now, Battle Psalm Presentor. Model only. Each time the bearer's unit declares a charge. If an enemy unit takes a battle shock test, as a result of the shock and awe detachment rule, subtract 1 from that battle shock test. This word, and then we have Augury Server Host. Model only. At the start of your shooting phase, select one enemy unit within 12 inches and visible to the bearer. Until the end of the phase, models in this unit cannot have the benefit of cover. Now again, this is a very good one. This basically is within 12 inches. If you're within 12 inches, you ignore cover. That is very good. Now we don't have that much fucking shooty, but yeah, it can be very good, especially if you give it to the new Vanguard veterans or a squad of intercessors. Herald of Sacred Slaughter. Now, that is a great name again. Adapted to start these models only. In the declare battle formation step, if the bearer starts the battle embarked within a dedicated transport, that dedicated transport has the Scout 9 inches ability. Now, that is absolutely immense. Just imagine having your Redeemer filled with, for example, 10 Sword Brothers and a Marshall with this enhancement, and they just spruce forward 9 inches, and then you can move 12 inches, and then you can disembark and you can charge. So just imagine how fucking far you can now suddenly move turn 1, and it turned us into basically world eaters. Amazing, I love it. Skills for the Emperor, yeah. And blood for the Golden Throne. That's oh no, skills for the Golden Throne and blood for the Emperor, right? So, the stratagems, a ceaseless cause, end of the fight phase. Adapt as a starter's infantry unit. If your unit is not within engagement range of one or more enemy units, it can make a normal move up to 6 inches. It cannot embark within a transport at the end of this move if it disembarked from a transport this turn. So sadly, with this you cannot disembark and embark again, which would be very cool to have that. Now, then we have uncompromising egress. One Land Raider model from your army that has not been selected to move this phase. One Adeptus Astartes unit embarked within your Land Raider can disembark. When doing so, models in that unit can be set up anywhere on the battlefield wholly within 6 inches of your Land Raider, and can be set up within engagement range of one or more enemy units, which can be actually very good. Now, just imagine there's something charging your Land Raider and you want to disembark and maybe be in combat immediately. And this is in your movement phase. So the guys disembarking still get to charge, still get to do everything they want to do. So that can be also occasionally very good. Gauntlet of the God Emperor. Your movement phase. Adapt as a starter's vehicle. Until the end of the phase, each time the model makes a normal or advanced move, it can move horizontally through terrain. And that one is absolutely great for the Land Raider Redeemer because, or whatever Land Raider actually, because my biggest complaint about my beautiful Land Raider over there is that it's way too motherfucking big and it doesn't fit any fucking where on the fucking table, and it gets shot because either you need to put it so far back behind the building when it's not seen that when you move 12 inches it barely moved the first turn, or you need to put it such like that that it's basically targetable and it will be singled out. And I've had many a game that my Land Raider just get destroyed turn 1, and that is the most horrible feeling ever. Now, I do like my Land Raider Redeemer with the goddamn pirate cannons. Let's put the holy flame to the fucking Xenos and the fucking heretics. That's amazing. Yes, the Redeemer is still the best. The Crusader still sucks. I still do not consider the Crusader a viable option, not even for narrative gameplay, because it's just a handicapped tank. Does have bolter shots. Just imagine the new Land Raider Crusader. What does it have? 12 normal bolter shots. Who the fuck cares? You know, 5 fucking Terminators have 20 fucking normal bolter shots. 5 fucking Intercessors have 20 bolter shots with AP1. So what you gonna tell me? That the guns on the most massivest tank in the Templar army shoots worse than a goddamn squad of 5 fucking Intercessors? Goddamn you, Games Workshop sometimes. What the fuck's wrong with you people sometimes? Jesus motherfucking Christ. So, focused hatred. Yes. In your charge phase, just after you make a charge roll for an adept as a starting unit from your army that disembarks from a transport until the end of the phase. Each time your unit makes a charge move, models in your unit can move through models. When doing so, its model can move within engagement range of enemy models, but they can only end the move within engagement range of enemy models if those enemy models belong to a unit that your unit declares a charge against this turn. Now that is so many fucking useless words and a fucking useless for fucking useless stratagem. Thank you very much. Condemnatory info screed. In your fight phase, unit from your army that has not selected to fight until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack, if it is disembarked from a transport this turn, re-roll a wound roll of 1. If that transport had the Land Raider keyword, you can re-roll the wound roll instead. Now, that is actually not bad. And yeah, like a Templar and melee army, you definitely have a go turn, like a turn where you just have to charge and where you have to kill, and you will have to kill. And this one is very good to make sure that you do make that kill. If you can combine that with like Castellan with the rerolls to hit, you just get a full reroll of hit and a reroll of wound. And I don't care what you say, that is absolutely fucking strong, and I agree with that. Thank you very much, Games Workshop. That's good. And I must say, with the names, they're not so original at some points because these are traits that I'm very familiar with from the Crusade. Blasted Hull normally in Crusade gives you a 5 up invuln for your tank or vehicles, but here in your opponent's shooting phase, one adapt as a start this vehicle from your army that was selected as the target of warhammer attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack is allocated to a model in the unit, subtract 1 from the damage characteristics of that attack. Now that is actually pretty good. So for your vehicles, you pay 2 CP, but you subtract 1 from damage characteristics. Now, it really depends what's shooting at you and at what, but that can occasionally be good, but it's not great. It's worse than Armor of Contempt, which you must realize we have lost. So, I'm excited about the new book. I'm excited to play the new detachments. I'm excited about everything. But in the back of my mind, I'm actually pretty disappointed and angry because the losses we had versus what we gained, um, yeah, it's not in line now. I still haven't played it, so let's see. Sorry guys, I'm gonna end the video there, but I make a video as well just right after this with the data slates. Also, this was not so great quality. I'm very sorry about that. I just bought the book today. Now I will show you though the points cost real quick and the data plates real quick, just so I don't scam you to watch the video. So these are the new point costs, which will be very important to you guys. So I will go through it one by one. The Castellan is 75 points. The Chaplain Grimaldes is 100 points. The Crusade Ancient is 65 points. By the way, I will just also make some pictures. In the next video, I'll just make pictures because I see with the camera it's not really working. I'm very sorry about that. And I will go through these again as well and make more better in-depth video. I just wanted to give a short review, but it turned out to not be so short. Yeah. So the Crusade Ancient 65 points. So yeah, the Crusader squad. So for 10 you pay 150 now, and for 20 you pay 300 again, which I'm very happy with. The Emperor's Champion went up in some points, and he costs 90 points now, which is absolutely fine given he is in a lone op, moves 8 inches, and has a lot more rules that we will go through in the next video. The new Execrator model will be 70 points. The Gladiator, Lancer, Reaper, and Valiant are all 160 points, which I'm also very happy with. High Marshal Halbrecht is only 100 points. Amazing, that is very good. Impulsor, 80 points, small decrease. Land Raider Crusader, 220 points. The Marshal is now at 80 points, but for all the buffs he got, I think the Marshal is the biggest winner from this book. The Repulsor. One model, it's 180 points. The Repulsor Executioner, 220 points. A Stern Guard Veteran Squad. 5 models, 85 points. 10 models, 170 points. Sword Brethren. 4 models, 115 points. 5 models, 140 points. 9 models, 255 points. 10 models, 280 points. Terminator squads are 5 models, 175 points, and 10 models, 350 points. So they actually went up, which I'm not happy with. Just gonna use Soul Terminators instead. So please, guys, forgive me for the bad video quality. I'm kind of sick. I just bought the book. I was so excited that I wanted to share it with you guys. So I will go through the data sheets tomorrow or later in the evening. I will go now and go through the book a little bit more, make myself more familiar with the rules in here and everything that is new. And tomorrow I will make a new and upgraded video about all the rules and everything, tactics that I would advise and what I would plan to do, and my opinions of the book. We will also go in depth into the changes of the data slates. I'm very sorry, maybe I'll do that even tonight, and otherwise, that will be tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and join the channel and the movement. It's time for a new crusade for the Emperor.